Since the mid-1980s, I've been collecting vinyl records and have amassed a collection of over 4,000. These are 4 of the recent releases that I picked up. Each one has a special story. Welcome back. I'm Kevin K from kevink.com, and on this channel I do a lot of tech reviews, social media tutorials, and a lot of live streaming. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video so that you can get more information about these 4 vinyl records and maybe think about purchasing them for yourself. The very first record that I'm going to look at is from Mariah Carey, and this is the number ones compilation that was released in about 1988, and it features all kinds of smash hits. This record went multi-platinum in a lot of different countries, and it has emotion and fantasy among many other worldwide smash hits, and we're going to get into the vinyl right now and see what's inside. Before we do that, we're just going to have a look at the jacket, which is a wide spine jacket because it's a double album, of course. You can see a beautiful picture of Mariah Carey on the front and the full track list on the back. Now let's get into the vinyl and see what's inside. The first record that I'm going to pull out has got some liner notes as well as some artwork here. And there's a lot of text for you to go through when you get one of these for yourself. I'm just going to pull the record out and we'll see what the label looks like here. So it's a standard black vinyl. I don't think this is 180 gram, but don't quote me on that because it could be. I didn't look it up before we did the video today. We do see a track list, which is really cool. You know, I like that on the records so that you can reference them while you're listening to them. The second record I'm pulling out comes in a similar printed sleeve. We've got another picture of Mariah there and then the track list with the liner notes here. So I'll pull out the piece of vinyl and likely it's going to be identical. And there we go, a classic black, gray labels on each side with the track list, which is really, really cool. These are all going to be album versions of the songs, but a lot of these things I enjoyed playing in different bars and nightclubs throughout the last many years. The next record that we're looking at was a family gift. My family knows that I still love vinyl records to this day, and I always want the most popular stuff. They've done a great job of picking different things, and if you've seen my other videos, you'll likely have an idea of some of the things that are in my collection, especially over the last many years. Positions is Ariana Grande's 4th #1 Billboard album. This came out in 2020, and I can't wait to see what's inside. I'm going to show you first. We'll look at it in a second. Right before we do, we're just looking at the jacket. I always like to go over these. A beautiful picture of her on the front, of course. And then when we look at the back, it's always great to see a full track list, including Positions and Just Like Magic, among some other favorites. While I'm not necessarily a hardcore fan of Ariana Grande, I do enjoy a lot of her stuff, probably most of the things we hear on the radio. But this album definitely showcases her diverse style. I see when I get inside the jacket, we've got some track list and liner notes with a few pictures of Ariana. I'm always happy for these bonuses that come in vinyl records. This is one of the things I missed so much about buying vinyl records over the years, just until the last few when I started buying again. When I talk about her diverse talent or range, what I'm talking about is sometimes she's got a really rich, thick voice, and then sometimes it's very airy and soft. I'm sure you know what I mean if you're a fan of Ariana. We've got a very simple and basic sleeve inside, but I'm going to pull the record out and look at this gorgeous piece of green vinyl. That's opaque and very bright, almost like a neon, not quite. And then it looks like we've got track lists on each side, which you know I love to see. The next record that I saw was something I saw on the list for Record Store Day Black Friday. And Kid and Play is one of my favorite hip-hop artists of all time. And I remember so greatly a lot of the movies that came out, breakdancing movies and things like that. There was Disorderlies, had the Fat Boys in it. Crush Groove was popular with a few different groups, and then Kid and Play, of course, had their own series of house party movies, which I really enjoyed. When we look at the package that they've given us here, this of course is a single album again in just a standard jacket, but we've got a great picture of Kid and Play on the front, and then of course some more artwork and a full track list on the back. Rolling with Kid and Play would be the breakout single from this track, very well known. Back to Basics is probably my favorite track from Kid and Play, but unfortunately not featured on this album. I'll have to keep my eyes out for another special release next time Record Store Day has Kid and Play on the roster. I'm getting ready to pull the record out, and I don't feel any bonuses in this one here. So we've just got a standard sleeve. And again, I'm not sure if this one is going to be 180 gram. It's popular with a lot of Record Store Day releases. However, this is colored vinyl. So we've got an opaque white piece of vinyl with a beautiful black and red label. And then, of course, the track list. You know, I keep saying it, but I love having the track list on the record so you can reference the music while you're listening to it. The next record that we're going to look at is from an extremely well-known band named America, and they have got a 50th anniversary collection. If you can believe it, they're still out touring right now. If we look it up, we can probably find them with a full roster of concerts ready to go. This record is something that I just bought for myself. And it's not a Record Store Day release or anything like that. It is a special release because it's a compilation, the 50th anniversary. Like I said, it's a multi-disc album. But this was inspired by a fellow YouTuber named Michael's Adventures. We were having a talk in a YouTube chat late at night, and we were just discussing music and talking about, you know, the band America and a couple of the favorite songs. So he'd say Sister Golden Hair is the #1 track. I like Ventura Highway, and for anybody that's a Grand Theft Auto fan, you know that A Horse with No Name is definitely a worldwide smash. But one of my favorite songs of all time, called You Can Do Magic, I had not realized was by America. I remember listening to the song growing up with my parents, and only after my discussion with my friend Michael's Adventures did I look that up and find out. So I ran out right away and made sure I got this album before it sold out. Before I open up the vinyl, we're just going to have a look at the package. This is a gatefold jacket. It is a double album, so we've got a lot of music here, but we see on the front cover, it's a wonderful tribute to their 50th anniversary collection with their logo, and then on the back, of course, a picture of the three of them together, as well as the full track list. Right before I pull out the vinyl, I can feel that there's a bonus in here. I'm just going to have a look at this, and you can see that that's a wonderful picture of them on stage with their logo in the background, which is typical for America, and then, of course, some liner notes in the track list here. I really enjoy bonuses like that in vinyl records, but now let's see what they've got inside here. When I pull the first record out, we've just got a standard black sleeve, and the vinyl itself is classic black as well, but we see an almost gold colored label with America, of course, on the top, and a track list as well. And again, I love seeing that. Whenever I do these record haul videos, I always pull out the second piece of vinyl, or third or fourth if there is one, just to see if they're identical. Often we found that they're not. These almost certainly are 180 gram. Don't quote me, of course, but it feels definitely like it is. And again, we have standard labels with track lists on both sides of this one as well. I'm going to leave a link in the description of this video so that you can get more information about these 4 vinyl records and maybe think about purchasing them for yourself. So those are the 4 albums I have for you in today's vinyl record haul. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, I'd love it if you'd give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody who you think would like to see it. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about these albums, if you have some of them yourself. And I hope to see you again the next time from kevinkay.com. Take care. Bye-bye.